Hey guys, Seek the Geek here with another HeroClix update video. I haven't done one of these in a very long time. Recently participated in 2 different HeroClix regionals. My first regional was in, I want to say, close to 10 years, the last one. The last one was this past weekend. The one before that was last month. The one that was last month was an actual WizKids, I think, hosted event. It was a regional event. Did not do well at all. I'm pretty sure I lost every round and got 0 points. I was running a Spider-Man theme team. After that event, I decided I would go back to the drawing board and try to not necessarily play the meta, but try to reevaluate my strategy. I was trying to use my old school strategy that just didn't work anymore and try to come back with a more modern, up-to-date, current strategy. And it resulted in another top 8, which I believe is my third HeroClix regional top 8. So I have 2 from almost a decade ago that were almost back to back. I think the first one I got 4th or 5th, and the second one I got 5th or 6th place. This one I got 8th place. Which, before I forget, was the Cheesehead Championships right here on this screen. 300-point modern. It was at Colosseum Games in Kenosha. We didn't get the 20 people. I think we had 13, so there was a bye. I'll mention the bye in a second because I think that was a big factor for me making it into the top 8. But I'll go over that in a second. But here I am. Wasn't actually my team name, but this is the team that I was running. 2 of the 60-point Doctor Stranges from the 60th anniversary set. One of the Captain America from the same set, but it's the play at home kit Captain America. That's 55 points. One of the Black Widows, the one that has stealth. With the main point of the team was the Iconics Wolverine, one of him, and then one of the Valeria Von Doom at 30 points. Obviously post errata, but I was still playing her because I wanted to fill a spot for 30 points. So I'd be at an even 300, or even 300. So how the tournament went with my crazy team. Basically round 1, I lost 0 points. Which was fun fact. The people who got 1st and 2nd were the people who I actually played in the tournament. Ryan Redmond, who I played very first round, who I lost to, got 0 points. He was playing a very strict meta team. You can see that here. The Spiderling Spider-Man is just super strong right now. Madam Web for the Prob, Star Sapphire, low points just to have TK. Skinny Steve Rogers, who's another support piece. Black Skull, who trades in and out for people on the sideline. And obviously Sakarian Iron Man is the hardcore meta piece right now, the staple, and obviously Mephisto as well. I played the guy who got 1st. Actually, was the first round of top 8. I completely lost. His team was kind of insane. I just could not do damage to any of his pieces at all. Definitely a very strong team. You don't see pieces like this. The 100, the Apocalypse, the giant one at 100 points. The absolute monster, just could not damage anything on his team. I did manage to take out his Mad Jim Jaspers with one of my Doctor Stranges. Was able to get a shot off and actually take him out, but it didn't matter because it's top 8. You have to win. It's not based on points like the Swiss rounds are. The only person in top 8 I didn't play was a person who I played round 3, who I actually ended up winning against just barely. But anyway, back to the rounds. So yeah, round 1 I played Ryan. I got destroyed. Spider-Man basically killed everyone on my team for the most part with Sakura and Iron Man. Couldn't get any of my shots to really go through or damage the stick. His support pieces were always in the back line. I couldn't touch any of them. I couldn't get close enough. Um, I misplayed in this match as well, but that was to be expected because my first match of the day. Misplayed a couple of times, but it didn't affect anything. He got the clean sweep, got the 300 points, took out every person on my team. I didn't get any points at all. After the loss against Ryan, I had the second round bye, which in HeroClix, unlike every other TCG I've played, the bye actually is probably a good thing. It helps you more than it hurts you in this game because of the point system that HeroClix uses. So on a bye, you get half your. It used to be half of the average point total for every team that was playing in the event. I believe they changed it to you just get half of your team total in points for that round, which is 300. It's 300 point bottom, so everyone's pretty much playing at 300. So I got 150 points for the bye, which usually isn't a win or a loss, but for HeroClix, it almost counts as like a pure win. Because points matter in HeroClix. Honestly, the bye was a big reason I made it in the top 8. If it wasn't for the bye, I probably wouldn't have made it in. Round 3, which was the next round, obviously I had a bye, so I would have gotten paired up to someone who also won their previous round. It was actually one of the guys from the Clicksinnet group who was helping run the event, this Cheesehead Championship. I believe this is their event that they came up with and they run. I don't remember his name. I believe it was the same name as mine. I think his name was Anthony, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But I played him. He was playing a non-meta team as well, just similar to my team. I don't remember everything about his team exactly. I remember that he was playing the new Wonder Woman that once per game she can die and then come back. I was able to surround her, focus her, and actually kill her twice to get rid of her. And I believe she was 90 points or 95 points, something like that. And that's the main reason why I won. I took her out and then one of his smaller 15-point pieces, I believe, which gave me 95 points. Or she was like 80 points and another 15-point piece. He took out, I believe, I remember who he took out. I think he took out Captain America and then Valeria Von Doom. Yeah, he focused Valeria Von Doom first because she's just an annoying piece. Everyone focused her every single game. I'll get back to that at the end. So he got like 80 points. So I won that match legit. A win by like 15 points for round 3. And then round 4, the last round, I actually played someone who I used to play against Rockheads all the time way back in the day. He actually showed up for the regional. He was playing more meta team as well. His team was similar to Ryan's. He was playing the Spiderlings, Sicarian stuff. Couldn't hit anybody, just end up straight losing 0 points. But that was still enough for the top 8. That being said, with the team, the Doctor Strangers were definitely the main point of the team. They were the highlight. They were the ones that were doing most of the work the entire day. Just in case you don't know what this Doctor Strange does, because he's not a common piece. He's just a rare. I don't think, everything on my team was pretty much low rarity. I don't think anything was above. I think, Valeria Von Doom and Wolverine, I think, are technically super rares. They were the only 2 super rares. No chases, no primes on my team whatsoever. She is unique. But this Doctor Strange, he has phasing teleport, and he has free action. He can place 2 squares of smoke terrain, basically because he has smoke cloud, and then with his attack special power, he has smoke cloud, and then he can also warp from the first one. Sorry, I got those switched around, but he can warp into his smoke cloud essentially if it's within his range and line of fire, which is 4. So he can place 2 squares of smoke terrain for free action, and if he's within 4 squares away and he can still see one of the squares, he can, if it's still within 4, he can warp into it. It gives him a nice amount of maneuverability, which definitely helped in a lot of games. Also, as an additional bonus effect, if you're in the smoke cloud, anyone on your team, you get +1 defense, and then if any of your opposing team's figures is in the smoke cloud, they get -1 defense. Um, and he has Mystics with the Defender's team ability as well, and for 60 points. And you can see his stats is actually pretty decent. No defense power other than super senses, so if he gets hit, it's going straight through. But other than that, he does have a 4 damage with prob on top click and 11 attack. That's actually really good. Um, and all on a rare for 60 points is kind of ridiculous. I took one look at him and like he's actually very, very deceptively good. Um, and he's only a rare, so I thought with the Iconics Wolverine giving him a bonus defense because Outwit is very, very strong right now. You can outwit Smoke Cloud, but you can't really outwit Smoke Cloud because the Smoke Cloud persists after it's used. And because I had 2 of them on my team, you'd have to get rid of both of their Smoke Clouds, so they couldn't do it. Because the +1 defense is definitely beneficial. Because if he's in it, puts him at a 19. If the Iconic Wolverine in it, he has combat reflexes. So if he's in it, he's at like a 21 defense. Valerian Von Doom also had perplex. So I would usually perplex up Wolverine's defense by 1, so he'd be sitting at like a 22 in the smoke. So he's almost impossible to hit. People usually want to go after him first, but Valeria Von Doom was always paired with him. She was always like right behind him, so they always try to focus her down first. So in retrospect, even post errata, she never really did any damage with her errata ability. I probably should have played a different piece into this since she just ended up getting alpha strike like every single game. But I guess she did her job in a sense because it forces them to move in, which is what I wanted. My team's very anti-range. You can't really range my team very well. If everyone's positioned correctly, you kind of have to move in. But you have to be careful about how you do it. Or you have to focus Valeria Von Doom first, get rid of her, then you can move in on Wolverine and everybody else. But yeah, the Black Widow being able to give anyone stealth who's adjacent to her or Avengers, which 3 of them are Avengers plus herself, that also ensures that they can't be ranged or outwitted right at the start of the game. The main reason why I lost so badly the last regional event was because I just got outwitted on my super senses because none of my guys had protected outwit, which was the reason for including the Captain America play at home kit, because he has the ability where if one of your guys with the Avengers keyword has no action tokens, they have protected outwit if he rolls successful leadership or willpower until the next turn. So these 4 couldn't really be outwit if they had no action tokens, but because my team's so kind of aggressive focused, they almost always had 1 action token except for himself, and he really wasn't going to get outwitted because he was kind of off to the side somewhere else. He was the random attack or support piece that I had in there to fill a spot. Most of the work was done by the Doctor Strangers, who were the MVP, because even the first place guy kind of didn't really know what they did, but gave me credit for picking him after he saw what his abilities were and what he could do. It was like, okay, he's actually kind of a strong piece. Which our match was actually recorded. So the recording is out there somewhere, as you can see my game. I did misplay a little bit in that game, but it didn't really affect anything too much. I definitely wasn't winning. I know that for a fact, but yeah. The video's out there. I might be able to upload it to my YouTube channel. I'm not sure yet. It depends if I can actually get the actual video file or download it some kind of way. I might be able to upload it. But we'll see about that one. But having this tournament report page also really helps out. So I can show off everything. But yeah, Valeria Von Doom was the weakest member of the team because she just died. She didn't really do anything. The entire day, the only thing she really did was she actually made an attack roll in the round 3 game where I won by 15 points. She made an attack roll, actually hit, I think it was a crit, and took out a guy. That was the most she did the entire day out of 4 rounds of Swiss, and then the 1 top 8 round I played. That's really the most she ever did because she had a chance to actually make an attack. Other than that, she didn't do much. Just when the crush for Wolverine was always Black Widow because it was for stealth, so she'd always be in range of him. So she'd be adjacent, either giving him stealth or healing him at the end of the turn, which you saw that in the top 8 match if you watched it. I believe, who was it? I want to say one of his apocalypses moved in and attacked Wolverine for like 2 damage because he had the tarot card that flipped up for max damage was 2. Hit Wolverine for 2, he backed off because that's a strategy now, and then Black Widow was in 2 squares, healed 2, and it's just like, oh, I didn't know she could do that, or he could do that, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of the point. You couldn't target her; she was in stealth and smoke, and then you moved in because you had to hit Wolverine, backed off, and he got the heal, so he got to stay around a little bit longer than he normally would have. So really, the only highlight play there. Other than that, I couldn't really do damage to anyone. Um, with how his team was set up, I had to basically have flurry. None of my guys have flurry or a double attack, so you have to like double attack. Um, Whoever you attack on the team, you have to double attack because Mephisto with Mastermind can redirect the damage or whatever. So if you hit him, he didn't take damage. He would move the damage to somebody else. Then that person would just heal because they would have one of the items I think could heal them, or they had steel energy or something. So they would attack back and then heal back to full. So you never really killed anyone unless you could double attack every single turn. So damage just didn't stick for my team. Or I had to roll like really good for like a Blaze Claws with Wolverine, but I think Valeria Von Doom and Wolverine died first. And then everybody else was kind of like a mad scramble. The Doctor Strangers were the last ones left alive, trying to do something, anything that they could. But the rest of the top 8 was one of my longtime friends. He was playing a Scarlet Witch with Jasper's team. This was his team. He was actually playing the Crush Wolverine in the last tournament, using a defensive strategy to keep him in a corner with like barrier, and the opponent basically would have to fight their way in to attack him. That definitely seems like a strategy now with the placeable terrain. There's the 2 big pieces of blocking terrain that people can bring in, and they can keep one guy in the back lane secluded off where you just can't get to him unless you can shoot through the blocking. So that one person is almost protected the entire game, and you can just never touch them. They're just staying there, starting the area the entire time. So that's definitely a strategy that's going for. This team was more, I believe, mainline focused, more attacking based than the team he played before. Another Spider-Man, Spiderling top 8, with the Wonder Woman as well as securing Iron Man. Very meta team. Christine Redmond, who's actually the wife of Ryan Redmond, who got 2nd place. I believe she played this last month as well. It was basically a Sky Tyrant team. The Sky Tyrant with his full movement charge to move in, attack, move back. A very hit and run type of team. Is hard to, unless you can get them to stay put or force them to stay on you. There's very hard to hit any of her guys. We had looks like another Scarlet Witch, Mad Jim Jasper's team, securing Iron Man, Scarab. Another fairly meta team. And the Masters of Carnage. This team was a little bit more interesting. I didn't play against them, but I was watching a game. It was the 2 Carnage Silver Surfers, a different Wonder Woman. I want to say it was basically just generating bystanders the whole game and just having the bystanders move out and attack, and the Carnages just kind of sit there and just oversee everything going on. It was a very interesting type of team. Definitely off meta. I don't believe this is a meta team. I believe this is kind of an off meta team. So definitely interesting. Got 3rd with his team strategy because it's very unique. I actually liked his team probably the most out of everyone that I saw, besides Lucas's, who got 1st. Because his team was also a little bit different. And obviously you saw Ryan's team and Lucas's team. Other than that, I enjoyed playing the event. I don't get to do hero clicks very often anymore because of my work schedule. The event was on a Saturday, which was the big reason I was able to actually go and play, and I really wanted to. I don't believe they're doing any more for the rest of this year, unfortunately. But hopefully they do more next year. That'd be great. I do believe with the ClicksNet guys that are there now, I believe there is a push to have more weekend events. I'm not sure how many of the original HeroClix guys who go to Colo are still actively playing as much anymore, especially with their work schedules. So who knows? We could have more Saturday events like this. I would definitely like to play in more of them. I'm definitely gonna try to come up with a better but yet unique off meta team each time like this. Um, Maybe not as out there as this, but definitely a lot of it did come together to form a cohesive unit of a team. Um, Despite not having a prime or any chases or anything like that, anything like really meta on the team. No equipment either. Definitely a different, unique type of team. But it goes to show that stuff like this can still work in the meta. You just have to really, really try to come up with a cohesive strategy and get it to actually work. Which I think I did with Doctor Strange's his smoke cloud, his maneuverability, the Wolverine, the Valeria Von Doom, the Black Widow, and the Captain America, all kind of working together to do a thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to mention for this one. Like I said, I hope I get the chance to do more in the future. Uh, if I can't get the top 8 match video onto my channel, try to find the ClicksNet groups. I believe their Facebook page or their YouTube. I do believe you have to join and become a member. I think it's private. Because that's how I had to ask for permission to get in, because I wasn't in the group initially before the event started. But the video may be out there anyway on YouTube. I haven't looked for it yet. It could already be up. But I'm the very first match of the first round of the top 8. So you'll see me. I think I'm on the left side. It'll be obvious when the game starts. I'm on the left side, and you'll see my team there up against Lucas's team. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate all the support. And until the next video, I'll see you all next time.